Welcome back to the channel. Of course, we're going to work on a guitar. We're going to work on a Gretsch guitar today. It's kind of unplayed. There's no fretwear. It's still got the plastic over the pickups. And two of the round cavity covers. The larger cover, someone peeled off the... Well, let me give you a look at it. That is not the color. It does not look like a blue. It's like a turquoise. So, does my flash make a difference? No, my flash doesn't make a difference. How about these lights? That's not the color. Maybe if I back way up. Now, anyway, this isn't the color that you're seeing. So I still got the plastic. This just came loose, so I just took the bar off. I got it over there. It's pretty stinking clean. I've noticed a couple little marks in it. I'll show you. There's a... Oh, that's not plugged in. Let me slide her down a little bit. I noticed a couple little marks. There's a couple little cracks there. I didn't notice that till today. But it's pretty much unplayed, no fretwear. So first thing I'm going to do is lower the action, straighten the neck, and let's just see what the neck can do on this baby. But before we get going, thanks. I appreciate that so much. So let's see what this baby can do. Oh, you're back. I will drink no cold coffee. Anyway, the Gretsch, I lowered the action as low as it could go. And it went pretty low. It went pretty low. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is run the old fret rocker across these frets. I don't think there's anything really that obnoxious though. The action's too stinking low. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some high frets that maybe like be 1/1000th of an inch, maybe almost 2, but I'm pretty sure that they're all pretty good. But there's only one way to tell. Well, I've run into a few just at the beginning of the neck that are 2000s. And anyone that's 2000s or over, I do one at a time. So I'm going to take these strings off, mask this up, and this is what you pay for when you buy my guitars. Because I want it to be as perfect as possible. I do. So I'm going to have to... I was hoping to save these strings. Anyway, I'll worry about that later. I am going to take the strings off, make sure the neck is dead straight, mask it, and then go over it with this. You know, like we do. Bummer. Okay, to do the fret ends and to mask this guitar took 26 minutes. And always cover the guitar up, especially if it's someone else's guitar. This is my guitar, but it's going to be someone else's. I don't want to scratch it up. Okay, so now we're going to get the fret rocker, and I'm going to go through all the frets, and I'm going to high speed it, so I'll explain to you how I do it. Hear that rocking? That's a high fret. You notice how it only rocks about from here on. So what I do is, well, I guess I could do it now that, okay, where are we? Where are we? Oh, that's a different fret. What fret was I on? Was I on that one? Yeah, it's this one, because it was only starts right about there. So I put dots, you'll see, and it goes to the end. So this is the area where the fret's high, not here, just here. And then I'll measure it with my feeler gauges, and if it's or above, I'll draw a line. That means I have to do it. And I just take some, like 600, and I go over it, I sand it, and then I keep checking it, because you don't want to sand it too low. You want it to be equal with the other frets. You want it, just stop that. So I'm going to go through all this on the high speed. I'll mark everything, and then we'll talk about the neck. I don't think there's any 4s. I think that there might be a 3, probably some couple of 2s, but I don't think there's any really, big ones. I wish you could see what color this guitar is, because that's not it. Anyway, high speed it. That took a little over 9 minutes. Not a lot of really high frets. There's 2 3s, 3/1000ths of an inch. And here, I want to show you what that looks like. Well, you can already see the one that says 3/1000ths of an inch, right? This one right here. That's what we're talking about. Now watch this. Just about disappears, doesn't it? So we got 1 3/1000ths, we got another 3/1000ths all the way across, and no more. They're all under 2/1000ths. I might do this one just because it was close to 2/1000ths. Anyway, I'll take my sandpaper, I'll sand, I'll keep rocking until I don't feel anything. Let's go. Okay, that took about 8 minutes. I did kind of, I did roll over them a little bit. I didn't like super, they might have still been making a little bit of noise, like a tiny bit, but they were all under 2 anyway. But I kind of can't help myself. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I just kind of quickly hit just about every little high fret. So, you know what? Why, if these factories could get the frets in all the way, they wouldn't have to dress them at all, right? If the neck was straight and the frets were put in all the way, you wouldn't even need to dress them. That's how I look at it. This is what I think. Instead of taking a hammer, tapping the frets in, and then hammering them all in, or using that, it's kind of like a caul that comes down. It's kind of like a drill press thing. Why not just tap all the frets, get them started, and then have a big caul that just goes. It has to make that noise though for me to be happy. And it just holds all the frets in for like 30 seconds or a minute. I bet you that would really keep the high frets down. But it's all about speed. These companies, they care. I mean, they just, like, look at Gibson. This is what they recommend, 78 thousandths at the 12th. You will never, ever, ever, ever see one of my guitars that's got the accent that high at the 12th. That's ridiculous. You might see it 47 at the 12th, never 78. Anyway, rant over. So now I'm going to take 800 up to 3000 and dress all the frets. I'll go over the edges a bit and then I'll polish these. And it'll be like, awesome. That's what we're not striving for, making the guitar good. We're striving making the guitar perfect. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got the frets all taken care of. Oiled up this board. Come on, focus. What's going on here with my focus? And I do need to replace the broken switch. So maybe I'll do that next. I tightened up the tuners, which were, of course, always loose. So yeah, I'll do that next. There we go. We've done quite a bit now. We've got the frets all taken care of, polished, did the fingerboard with the lemon oil, put the new switch in, tightened up the tuners, and we'll have to put this Bixby back together. And what I usually do, I don't think I'm going to do it this time, but there's this stupid little nub on here. So the arm can only come up to about that high. It doesn't make any sense. Usually I grind it down. But I just don't understand why they put that stupid nub there. It's just ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm going to clean this up. All I got to do really at this point is put the strings on it and intonate it and cut the nut, and it should be done. I just wish you could see the color. It is not this color. It's like a teal. It's like a teal color. Let me turn these lights off. Maybe that would help. No, it's still blue. It's still the wrong color. Okay, I got the arm back on. There is a washer. I usually take them out. I'm going to leave it. Of course, I usually cut off this nub too, but I'm going to leave that. And here's what I'm going to put on. I know it came with 10s. 10 to 46. So, and you know when you, for this part here, these little studs or whatever they are, you need to bend the end of the string. Makes it a lot easier. So here we go. I'm going to stretch the strings in a little bit more, then I'm going to, yeah, that's perfect. I was going to say adjust the truss rod, but I think I'm going to leave it there, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Turn this off. I like that. I like that a lot. I'll cut the nut, then I will do the old intonation. Didn't take too long to whole tune. I changed all the strings. Well, obviously had no strings on it. Nice. All right, cut the nut. All right, let's do the intonation. Can you see the tuner? I can't. Sweet. Sweet. Oh man, I like this. Oh, maybe it had the same set of strings on it, the same gauge. Holy crap, sweet. you kidding me? Sweet. Now, let's plug it in and do my intonation chords. Nice. Nice. All right, I already did the E string. I lowered the action again. Wow. Buzzing a little bit. Gotta go up just a hair. There we go. Nice. Pretty close. Haven't looped the nut either. Okay, I'm going to lube the nut, and I'll put the knobs on, and I think we're done. Wow, what a nice guitar. I almost thought of keeping this. And it's not this color. It's like a teal. I don't know why it shows up on my camera, this blue. It's such a cool color. It's really cool. Somebody's got to keep it alive. They're really being fussy about everything. And it's still got the plastic on there. It's got the plastic on the back here of these. Got the plastic on there. And it's got the plastic on the cover under here, under there. I don't think it has the plastic on there. Another awesome Mr. X guitar. Okay, I just want to throw this in this video. I have not found a G5232T that is in Ocean Turquoise. Just the regular non-trem, non-Bixby stop-tail one, yes. But the one with the Bixby, i.e. like that, never came in that color. I'm waiting to get a verification of that, but thought that was interesting. I went on eBay. I looked at for sale and sold and reverb for sale and sold, and there's not one that's like that in that color. So Oh, and it was bought from somebody at Gretsch in Scottsdale. I think it was traded. So somebody that works there. So it might have been some, I don't know, one-off. I mean, it's an import, but, well, all Gretsches are imports, really, right? I think there's some really expensive models made in the United States. I don't exactly know. But I think it's going to be a little premium when it goes on reverb, if that's the case. And I think it is, because even if it isn't a one-off, I couldn't find one. There was so many of these guitars, but never one with the Bixby with Ocean Turquoise. Anyway, I just thought I would throw that in. I'm going to wait and find out and see what happens, and maybe I'll do a little follow-up video, a short or something. Anyway, that's it.